Hey, old mate, well done. You're running 7th, Gareth, well done. Hello, and welcome to, I think it's episode 14 maybe, but don't quote me on that, I might be wrong, of Cookies Rambles. So we're 4 weeks out now from London. I'm in the beautiful Peak District at Lady Bower, Derwent, Howden reservoirs, which is like 3 or 4 reservoirs like all connected to each other. And I'm not walking on water, I'm not Jesus. We've just been feeding some ducks. Naomi's somewhere up there taking rubbish to bin. Had a panini from Fair Homes. Yeah, so done 21 mile today. Probably my last and my furthest long run of the marathon block. Everything else from here on out will be a little bit shorter, probably not much to be fair, but and it might be a little bit quicker. But yeah, today 21 mile done around Howden and Derwent res. This duck here has got a pull lift foot, by the way, and it's just gone into the water. So did one lap and then got to the end of my lap and then decided to turn around and go again. But yeah, felt quite comfortable and quite strong this morning on my long run. Clocked it around 7-minute mile pace, but yeah, just a nice slow long run, time on foot, getting the miles in the bag. This week I have done, just let me check on my told watch, done 108 miles this week. So it's not been my highest mileage week in the block, but it has been full of a little bit of quality sprinkled in there. So Monday kicked off nice and easy, clocked 15 mile-ish for Monday, just getting the miles in the bag. 7:30 pace, 7:20 pace, nothing too ridiculous, nothing too fast, just getting through the motions and ticking it over. Kai's started running a little bit further now off the back of his foot injury a couple of months ago, so I've been getting 7 or 8 mile done with him every morning, and then carrying on and doing rest of my own, whatever I end up doing. And then Tuesday, shorter miles in the morning, so did 7 or 8 mile in the morning, just to get some miles again in the belt. Nice and easy, nice and slow, because I was doing a speed session Tuesday evening. So Tuesday evening went up to Moorland Avenue, Woodland Drive, all that area of Barnsley, for some mile reps. So it was eight times 1 mile off 60 seconds, like recovery, standing recovery, which, to be fair, I clocked every single rep. I averaged 5:24s, which that's what I said I was going to do going into it. Well, I did say 5:25, so I'll take the beating it by 1 second. But yeah, I said I was going to do that going into it. Felt really strong, really comfortable, and stayed quite disciplined not to go any faster than what I needed to, because yes, I probably could go faster than what I need to, but it's about getting my body used to running at marathon pace. And there were a little bit of a debate on Team Barnsley as to why 8 times 1 mile might be a bit far. It might be a bit far for a 10k runner, but it's different when it comes to marathon training. And the mile reps don't tire you out enough, but they tire you out just enough to actually get some benefit from it. And it's more borderline pushing into like threshold running as well. But yeah, enjoyed it. 8 times 1 mile, 5:24s. Kai did, I think, 6 of the reps or 4 of the reps, and ran really well. And then Gary and Briscoe and Scott also were smashing out low 5-minute miles for their reps. And then there were Josh Bird and a few others taking up on the shoulder, and we had probably about 20 people turn up Tuesday night, which were quite good. Not bad for a Tuesday night in Barnsley. Barnsley went on to beat Sheff Wednesday as well. It's all I've heard all week, to be fair, at work. Working for Barnsley Football Club, everyone, when I've had meetings, chats ever since Tuesday night, has just mentioned the Wednesday game and how good of an atmosphere it is. Reminded me a little bit of Mike Bassett when he said your team wins on a Saturday, all the town's like uplifted and in uproar, and it were class to be able to talk to people like that. Wednesday went out, legs weren't as achy as they have been post session, which is a good sign, so it shows adaptations are taking place. Did the miles again, it was about 15 mile Wednesday, and then Thursday night, Thursday more easy miles, and then Thursday night went out and did a run up to my parents. It was 7 mile up there, it is a 2 mile run up there, but I obviously took a bit of a detour and just hit some loops. So I've got quite a lot of segments that I've created or run or done in Barnsley from pounding the pavements and that. So I hit some loops at some decent effort. I think every single rep were like sub 5 minute mile pace. So yeah, felt really good on them. It was a bit of an headwind all the way there, but yeah, that's by the by. Yeah, good little session that I threw together just using Strava segments that I knew of, and I did get a crown on a segment that I've run over 400 times as well, so that's obviously got to be there's got to be something in that. And then Friday, just did the single run Friday because need to get into the habit of doing that, so just did 10 mile in the morning, which is nice to have the evening off. Friday evening Naomi went swimming anyway, so yeah, it was just nice to just chill out on Friday evening. And then Saturday, she's back from taking the rubbish to the bin, and she's probably got a treat. What's she got? She's got a lemon cake and a flapjack for me. Thank you.
Happy anniversary. I bought it out of my own money, so it's your gift.
Oh, thanks, Nose. Cheers. Saturday, went to Barnsley parkrun. Ran 3 and a bit mile there, bumped into Dave Hanks on the way there near the hospital, and did majority of my run there with Dave, to be honest. And then I was hoping to go for it a little bit at parkrun Saturday, but the wind definitely weren't going to be in anyone's favour, and it felt like it was pushing you against you all the way around at Barnsley on Saturday. But yeah, clocked 17:27. Legs did feel really strong, to be honest, and then did a 1.5 miles afterwards, and I had to get to work for 10 o'clock because we were doing a Great British Spring Clean around Kendry and Worsborough, and there were about 60, 70, 80 people turn up, and everyone got a sausage sandwich or a bacon butty afterwards. But with loads of different like community groups that we work with, organised by like the area council in Worsborough and Kendry, and that were really good to be a part of. And I think we collected 450 kilograms worth of rubbish across the full day, which, yeah, really good. And then Saturday, it was mine and Naomi's 2-year anniversary. She is loitering in the background. Got each other a card, you know, romance ain't dead. And then Saturday, we ended up sleeping it away, to be honest. So Gareth put his head down on the pillow and then fell asleep. Had a nice afternoon nap. Apparently I did fall asleep on the sofa, but I don't believe that. And then I said to myself, I'll go do a double 5k day. So set off from ours, did a little bit of a jog uphill warm up, got onto Huddersfield Road, and then hit 5k. So I think I clocked 17:27 at Barnsley, and I got 17:40 on my own 5k later in the evening, which ain't bad. It's probably a minute slower than what I would have liked, but it's on your own on the hills of Barnsley, so yeah, I'm not going to start making excuses anyway. But yeah, nice to just get the legs turning over. Little bit of a small double threshold day that Inga Britsons and everyone preach on about, but yeah, don't know if I'm a believer myself in double threshold days yet. And then Sunday, came over to the beautiful Lady Bower, Derwent, Howden, just to get the miles in the bag somewhere different, a lot hillier. So I've done 1,500 foot, I think, or 1,200 foot of climb around here. Naomi's adamant that it is too hilly. That's because she's from Beverley, that's why. But whereas us over here, we're used to the hills, and we are in the Peak District, so what else do you expect? It ended up doing a bit of a horseshoe, so ran one way around, got to 10.5 mile, and then turned round and just ran back. to get 21 mile in the bag. Tested out some Morton energy gels again, just to see how my stomach can handle them. So I had a caffeine one around mile 7.5, and then add a normal gel 100 one around mile 15. They are quite, to be fair, I prefer them. It's like eating a chewy gel, like a bit like a fruit pasta, but it's between that and a gel. I've said it before, it's like what I anticipate air gel tasting like. But yeah, they sat on my stomach quite well. Didn't feel like I dipped throughout my full run today. So yeah, must do something, if anything, in terms of anticipating and keeping your energy levels throughout the run. Usually in the marathon I'll take them around every 5 mile anyway, so I have gone a little bit longer today, without taking and just having 2 gels, like every 7.5 mile. And then that's that. So 108 mile this week. We are 4 weeks out from London Marathon, and it's the time now where in marathon training it can still make or break you, and you can still pull something out the bag and change what you've been doing altogether completely. But you got to stay disciplined and trust what you have done. The training has been done, it is in the bag. There won't be many changes that you can make right now, but yes, staying disciplined, staying driven, staying motivated. There can be long marathon blocks, and if you're hitting the 4 week out period, and as I can hear a loud Mazda MX-5, if you're hitting the 4 week out period and you get into that phase where you are a little bit too tired, then you probably have done it a little bit right, and you've probably nailed it. So, and you should be ready for your taper, and getting it in your legs. Me personally, do a 10-day taper. That's what I've learned that works for my body. Previously, not done a taper at all. So day before I won Milton Keynes Marathon in 2017, ran 18 mile around Warncliffe Crags with Chris Barton and Brian Harrod. Day before I've run Manchester Marathon 2017 as well, like feet in an ice bucket night before, and then building all the way up until probably about 2018 I weren't tapering, and then 2019 decided to try one, and I ended up getting 2:25 foot marathon. So who knows what I could have done had I tapered going into the other stuff that I did in 2018 or 17. But it's about learning what works for you, and every single marathon, like I mentioned last week, is an experiment of what is right and what could be wrong. But yeah, stay disciplined, stay focused, try not to reach for that cake, that bun. You're only 4 weeks out from your big final dance, and doing what you do best as a runner and as a marathon runner. And if you're not quite a marathon runner yet, like, you're doing all the training to become one, and it's what separates people from that sub 3 hour mark. I'm getting heckled by a couple of birds here. From that sub 3 hour mark, sub 2:30, sub 2:45, whatever goal you're trying to achieve, yeah, just staying disciplined, staying focused. You can hit your reps a little bit faster, but you don't need to. You could like have a couple of days rest, but it might be the teller somewhere down the line. So yeah, stay disciplined, put one foot in front of the other. I am truly rambling today, and stay focused. Naomi's sat down on the bench. She started playing Sims as well on a mobile phone, so she's acting like a teenager again. Oh, if you didn't hear that, she says she weren't allowed Sims and video games when she was younger. She used to pick berries and gut rabbits instead, apparently, and dig mud holes and have baths in the garden, because she was a proper child who used to eat insects and all that sort of stuff. Oh, she only ate worms apparently. This week, got the road league starting. So road league in South Yorkshire, like a series of 4 5-mile races, with the first one kicking off at Elsica. I think 3 of the 5-mile races, so we've got one at Elsica, one at Worsborough, and then one at Ing Birchworth. So they're all about 4 or 5 mile from our house, like in terms of distance, so they're all pretty close by, Barnsley based. And then we've got one at Lodgemore at Sheffield, which isn't too far from here, to be fair. But yeah, quite good to have them all local. They cost about a tenner. So for 5-mile series spread over like March, April and May, a couple of weeks apart each one really, apart from the third and last one. But yeah, they're starting this week, and then we've got speed sessions coming up Tuesday night, and then I've got Salford 10k on Good Friday as well. Yeah, and we've got Spencer's Dash starting in May. So yeah, other than the marathon, we've got quite a lot of short, sharp races coming up, which will be interesting. Got to be mindful not to do too much and focus on the bigger picture. So we were tempted to enter Windmill 6 today, which is like another local race up at Penistone, but to take a step back and say to Naomi, look, we'll be racing quite a lot here. So yeah, we didn't bother doing that one, even though it's starts and finishes and runs past a cafe that we frequent quite a lot. But yeah, it were hard to not do it. We are still getting heckled by ducks and geese and stuff. Yeah, he's looking straight at me. But yeah, it's busy, and just wait till the summer where you've got choices. You could race every single night of the week in the summer. If you are local as well, we've also got the Truns starting on Monday, which is a fell race that's been mentioned in Running in the Clouds, which is a fell running book, which is quite cool. It's only a couple of quid to enter as well. Take your own mug though if you want to have a drink whilst you're en route from the rivers, because there's no water stations on a course like that. But yeah, it's busy time. But yeah, 108 mile this week, feeling good. 4 weeks out from London, and I'll see you next week on Cookies Rambles. Thought I'd just highlight something here. So we've got back from Ladybow. It's a good 45-minute drive, and it is 25 past 5. I'm here, I've got a protein shake. Yeah, protein shake. Naomi's here with a face mask on, and what have you got, Naomi?
Gin.
She's got a gin and some watermelon Fanta. So protein shake.
Gin.
Just completely different, isn't there? Thought you'd like some added bonus content. See ya.